Hello, folks, boys, girls, and MBs. Hope everyone's having a good evening, good afternoon, or good morning if you're watching this later, no matter where you are in the world. Today we're going to be talking about a couple things. We got a little plan for today. I came prepared and I came 2 minutes late to my live stream. But I kind of turn the music down here so you guys can hear me. All right, so we're going to be covering Colleen Ballinger's podcast because a lot of people on Twitter were talking about this today, and I'm not going to be going over her whole entire podcast. There's a very little section, well, kind of a big section of her and her husband going back and forth at one another, and it's kind of awkward, it's weird, it's uncomfortable, and I don't like it, and Twitter doesn't like it either, so that's how I know that what I was thinking is okay. Number two is there is some water sommelier drama going on, and we're going to kind of go over these in the other order today. So I'm going to hit the water sommelier drama first, and then go over the Colleen Ballinger podcast drama, and then we can do a little, I don't know, if you guys want to catch up at the end on life and have a little chit-chat at the end, we can do that too, depending on who shows up tonight. So, without further ado, we should dive right into this drama. We got good drama today, folks. Alrighty. So, if you're unaware of even what a water sommelier is, maybe that's what you're asking. You're like, what's a water sommelier? Well, this is the guy, I actually learned about him because of Danny Gonzalez and Nick is Not Green's video they did together. And then I think they did another video on him. And through their videos, I actually ended up looking more into his channel, seeing what this guy's up to outside of just their content. And because of him, I actually got hooked onto him. Giving you my little background spiel first, then I'll get into the drama. But because of him, I found this video, why you should drink spring water and skip purified water. And oh my God, if I became a psychopath. Now when I see my friend just casually grabbing purified water, I'm like, excuse me. You should be grabbing spring water, not purified. Excuse me. I'm like a total nerd over this stuff at this point. But that's me aside. If you're wondering who he is, this is his about him. Water advocate, beverage consultant, author, and water sommelier. He's a global authority in the realm of water, renowned as the world's foremost water sommelier. Illustrious career in spanning decades, Martin has dedicated himself to elevating water appreciation to an art form, captivating audience worldwide with his knowledge and passion for this element, which he's kind of a one-of-a-kind as far as I was concerned. But as for today, seems like he might not be one of a kind, or maybe he still is. We'll get into that. Beyond this role as a water sommelier, Martin is a highly esteemed beverage consultant, offering his unparalleled experience to prestigious establishments around the globe. His innovative approach to beverage curation and pairing has revolutionized hospitality industry, earning him widespread acclaim and recognition. In addition to his work, Martin is passionate about water conservation and sustainability. Tirelessly promotes the importance of preserving the waters, our planet's most precious resource, using his platform to raise awareness and positive change. So overall, good guy. He knows what he's doing. He's a good businessman. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to water. And he also gives people different experiences. Martin continues to inspire and lead the world with his commitment to excellence and profound dedication to the world's beverages and water advocacy. So, and he did, I think he popped off first maybe on TikTok, if I'm not mistaken. So there's my little background on him. Now, the reason I give you that background is because it's important to what we're about to get into, because without that background, I could see how people might draw conclusions. So I just want to give you my personal attachment to his brand as well as who he is. Now, I saw this drama because I went to his page and I saw these two videos right here. It was like a part 1 and 2 where I guess this guy, this Dylan Dandy guy right here,
hey, Martin.
He had responded to the Water Sommelier's review, because right here it says, founder of Not Beer Water responded to my review. And if you're wondering what Not Beer is, we'll get into that in a sec. But before we get into that, I'm going to show you the review that the Water Sommelier had.
There's a new sparkling water in a can out there who wants to compete with Liquid Death. Let's check that out. Hello everybody, here's Martin, your personal water sommelier. So I was reading a news article about a new water brand who wants to compete with Liquid Death's success. So they want to imitate that, and they even think that they are the better product. So I think we should do a direct comparison. This is the Liquid Death versus the new Not Beer.
Okay, I'm going to say something right now. This is just my own personal opinion, but Liquid Death, everything about Liquid Death is amazing. For one, I can't really drink sparkling drinks to begin with. I have like a weird thing, my brain like associates any sparkling with like a fizzy drink like Diet Coke. I used to drink like 4 or 5 cans of Diet Coke a day, and I was like so addicted to it, and I started to get gnarly headaches from it. And then I haven't had pop in like 6 years. And all of a sudden, I realized there was a thing called sparkling water that was out there that I had, for some reason, never known about before. And over the last like 4 years or so, I started kind of like drinking some of it. And I haven't really found any that I like. But then one day, my friend was like, there's this thing called Liquid Death. And I tried it. And the sparkle in the Liquid Death, for some reason, doesn't have that same... I don't know what it's called, but my brain doesn't associate the fizz that's in Liquid Death with the same fizz from like pop, so I don't get headaches from it by proxy, which is, I know, very weird. It's very weird. I've told a couple of my friends this lately, and they're like, you're weird, but I know. There's definitely an effect there with that. But anyway, Liquid Death is pretty good. It does quench your thirst. And I think they have a non-sparkling version of it that I think I had recently, if I'm not mistaken.
Beer water. Okay, first let's start to talk about the name. Liquid Death. It's a great, catchy...
Oh, also I should put this out there. I have never had a sip of alcohol in my life. I'm 28 years old. Not once have I had a sip. Now, having said that, I'm perfectly okay with anyone else who drinks as long as they're being safe about it and not hurting anybody else. I just personally don't drink. So things like this do interest me, the Not Beer and Liquid Death, which is another reason why I'm invested in this drama.
Name and with a deeper meaning, because the tagline was always death to plastic. So that is the reason it's called Liquid Death versus Not Beer. Wow, you guys really had a lot of meetings to come up with this incredible, fascinating name for that, huh? Can sizes: Liquid Death 19.2 ounces, Not Beer 16 ounces.
He kind of already like shit on their branding for it a little bit. So I guess that's not so great. I could see where there'd be criticism on that front of things. But it does seem like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where this goes.
I know the next category seems weird. Can the can stand by himself? Liquid Death.
What? No shot that can is just falling over like that. Huh?
Not beer.
Okay, can I just say something really obvious? Everyone's thinking it, but Liquid Death and Not Beer. If you were to be blinded and someone said you have 2 options, Liquid Death or Not Beer, what are you picking? You're immediately picking Liquid Death. That sounds so much cooler than Not Beer, right? Not Beer is like, wait a minute. You have to think Liquid Death, that just sounds cool. That sounds really cool.
So it feels like the new Cybertruck. Maybe some quality
How does this not stand?
control would be perfect first before you're launching a product. Let's talk about design. Liquid Death, iconic design since several years now. People...
Wait, what? What just happened there? How did I just lose that?
There's a new sparkling in the skull color. So skull.
Why is my stream dropping a ton of frames? Yo, is anyone in here? Okay, my stream's back. Sorry about that. I don't know why it was dropping frames.
So it feels like the new Cybertruck. Maybe some quality control would be perfect first before you're launching a product. Let's talk
Okay, yeah. How about some quality control? Just couldn't even get that under the wraps before selling it. Nice.
about design. Liquid Death, iconic design since several years now. People tattooing even the skull. So it's really a classic product now. The same like Red Bull for energy drinks. Versus Not Beer looks very familiar with Budweiser.
Whoa, that is crazy similar. The blue and the blue, the red around the can, the white in the middle. You got the text down here, text down here. Wow. Can we just go to Not Beer's website for a quick second? If I go to Not Beer, let me see something here. I was at it earlier, and I thought this looked weird. Okay. Here's their site. Not Beer, the world's first zero carb, zero alcohol, zero taste beer. And you hit shop now. Let's see what happens. Wait, what? You can't even buy it on their website? You got to buy it off of Amazon? What is this all about? People often ask, surely there must be a bad time to drink and not beer. Our answer, no, there's quite literally never a bad time. Huh? What is this photo? It's an awkward photo. What else is on here? Oh, they got merch. Let's see. Oh, dude, that's awesome. I want to wear a Not Beer shirt. I'm sorry. Go get your coin, King, if you gotta get it. But like, really? Are we really selling merch for Not Beer? I'm sorry. I don't like to knock people's side hustles, but come on. This seems a bit much. It seems a little much to me. But let's get back to the drama.
But I have to say, even Budweiser has a better red color. Do you see this? It's like this almost Bordeaux color versus Not Beer has this weird fire hydrant color. So even the Budweiser can look better. Next category, the most important category actually, where's the water source? Because it's a water company, guys. We're talking about they're selling a water. Liquid Death comes from natural occurring sources. It's loaded with healthy minerals and electrolytes, natural occurring. Versus Not Beer can be canned all over the States, and they're actually proud of that because they're selling you nothing else than highly processed municipal sourced tap water.
Oh no. Yikes. Dude, it's kind of crazy. Like, a guy who's a big deal on the internet for water is basically shitting on this brand. What are the comments even saying here? Thank you for defending Liquid Death. They could have called it Road Beer. They only have Liquid Death. Not Beer's branding is pretty fun, but their actual product and response to criticism has left a lot to be desired. Not Beer sounds like it'll taste like flat beer. The name Not Beers, I think all they had to do was change their name, right? What's kind of cool about it, to give it all credit, I guess, that I could possibly give it, would be someone like myself, where it's like everyone's drinking a beer at a party or something, and instead of you having like a Sprite, you'd have one of these, and no one can be like, oh, come you're not having a beer, because it kind of just looks like it. Like, obviously, if you see the front of it, you're not going to think that, but you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say if you're holding it. So that, I find that interesting about it.
That is what that is, and they're adding artificially minerals to it. Next category, taglines. Liquid Death.
This person has a good point. I could only see getting Not Beer. I could only see getting Not Beer as a joke, getting it for 6-12 pack and bring it to work for a function.
Your thirst versus Not Beer. Never a bad time. Next category, price. Liquid Death costs you 8 cents per ounce versus Not Beer costs you 16 cents per ounce. That means...
Yo, there's less of this too, and it's double. Yo, and it's worse. What's happening here?
The tap water is double the price than the natural water.
Oh, and don't worry. Guys, this is only the start of the drama. I know you're like, well, guys, where's the drama? You're just reacting to a review. No. There's drama. I already showed you. Earlier. There's videos. There's a couple back and forths with them. It gets spicy. We have to get through this to get to that, because if we don't get through this, then the drama's not going to make any sense.
That's crazy. And now, taste test. Pour this. Looks both like sparkling water. Let's start with Liquid Death. There's no odor. Oh, crazy. Versus Not Beer has an odor. It's kind of a sweet odor to it. Like a chemical odor. It's very interesting. Liquid Death taste test. Even the bubbles.
Wait a minute. I'm going to stop right there, because if you have sparkling water, shouldn't sparkling water still not have a scent to it? Because after all, it's water. It's not like it says sparkling orange water, sparkling lime water, or sparkling wheat water. It doesn't say anything like that. It just says sparkling water 000 across the board. So it shouldn't have any sort of like hint or smell or flavor to it, much like Liquid Death doesn't. Unless, I think Liquid Death now, for some reason, has like Lollapalooza drinks that have some sort of flavor in it or something like that I think I saw in the store today. I could be wrong on that front, but... Oh my god, why does my video keep going away? I hate how that keeps happening.
There's a new sparkling cents per ounce.
Okay.
Oh, crazy. Versus Not Beer has an odor. It's kind of a sweet odor to it. Like a chemical odor. It's very interesting. Liquid Death taste test. Even the bubbles are pretty big in the glass. The taste is actually not that aggressive. It's almost like beer bubbles. They mimic a beer. And I think that is a success as well. You can easily shove down that whole can, and you're not the completely crazy Homer Simpson right after and have to burp like crazy. It's a very nice settled minerality and bubble size. Versus Not Beer. God, that smell is crazy. And the taste continues. It's really strange, guys. It's like when I taste purified water brands, it's always having this weird, almost like by Diet Coke, this weird artificial sweetener. This is, well, there's clearly no sweetener in there, but it has a weird chemical aftertaste.
For the record, Blender, how are ya? Thanks for hopping in. No, you just came across my other video earlier today. I appreciate you being here. I haven't got to the Colleen drama yet, so you're here in time. I'm covering the Martin Reese, aka Water Sommelier, drama that is happening, and then I'm covering the Colleen Ballinger drama after this. The Water Sommelier thing, if you want me to catch you up to speed, Martin Reese is a water... I keep saying what, but he's a water sommelier, and he just is an expert in what he does, and he's testing out waters, and up came this new thing called Not Beer, and he did a test, and it sparked some drama, and there's a couple back and forth with him and the guy from Not Beer, and the guy from Not Beer ended up deleting his TikTok and deleting a lot of content because of, I think, this. Puffed water sommelier. So yeah, this is kind of what the TikTok world of things is talking about. Then we'll get into the Colleen Ballinger podcast stuff, because that stuff is freaking bizarre, man. It's freaking bizarre. But here, let's continue. Because here, I'll show you real quick. I'll just give you a quick little thing here. If you go back to Martin Reese's page, these are the two back and forths right here that we'll get over to. So.
Wow. Okay, I want to be honest here, because obviously this can has a problem. So I want to taste another can from this Not Beer stuff and see if the taste is exactly the same. Because then they really have an issue, I think, on the
Are you up to speed on this water sommelier drama? Let me know.
Production line. Or maybe this is just a can what is a little off. Let's see. It's the same smell. It's crazy. It's bad. Wow. and it lingers. This fruity chemical smell and taste lingers on my palate.
What I was saying earlier is I can't tell if just because he's a water sommelier and is constantly tasting different waters, because this is so goofy. That's why I wanted to cover it, because the Colleen Ballinger drama is more like, the vibe is like, oh God. The vibe of this is like, what the fuck? And that's why I wanted to cover it, because it's silly. But the fact that he is tasting this water, I can't tell if I were to buy this, if I would taste it. But his reaction to him spitting it out makes me feel like I would taste the fruitiness he's talking about.
Like crazy. Me. I need to neutralize that.
He just nuked the flavor of the not beer by downing a liquid death. Legendary.
I think it's a very easy conclusion now to the end. Dear not beer people, I think you have a problem. First of all, you're trying to mimic Liquid Death like a branding who created the most...
Okay, here's the other thing that I don't understand about this is, and that you might have missed this part of the stream already, but I showed that not beer is more expensive than Liquid Death. It's in fact like double the price, and you get less of the sparkling water, and they're trying to compete with Liquid Death. Don't you think if you're trying to compete, you're going to make your price like just a little lower and at least offer like the same amount or something? You're going to make some sort of measure. You're not going to be more pricey and give people less of it. That doesn't make any sense.
Creative, like, commercials I ever saw in my life. The packaging is great, and you look like a cheap Budweiser product. The taste of your water is off. I don't know what it is. There's a problem, I think. You should put this to a water quality report. I think there is a huge issue with your water, and you should definitely check that up. I don't think it's maybe unhealthy, but there's something in there what is really off-putting from a taste perspective. So
ooh, I just found the bug I killed from my screen last night. I'm like, get this bug off. That's gross.
I mean,
wait, what just happened?
There's a new sparkling water.
Go
What is the winner here? In a regular base, I'm always saying there is no best water, but man, not beer is bad. And it can't even stand this crazy can.
Yeah,
So,
the can doesn't even stand itself up.
Liquid Death, thank you so much for providing America a great, amazing sparkling water. Cheers, my friends, and remember, water is not just water. Cheers. There's a new sparkling...
Okay, so now we've got through that review. Now keep what we just retained from that interview. What's up, Slipper House? How you doing? Appreciate you being here. Now, if you need to see, I just explained myself kind of twice here, Slipper House. If you want to go back and see a little bit of that, what we just watched, to understand what we're about to get into, that's totally cool. But we're going to get into the drama now. So, Martin Reese put up these two videos right here. So, there's part one. Let's get into part one.
Hey, Martin. This is Dylan, the founder.
Now, mind you, Dylan has...
What is the big difference?
What is wrong with my mouse, dude?
Hey, Martin.
Hello,
Wait,
everybody.
what is wrong with my mouse?
Hey, Martin.
So, mind you, real quickly, Dylan Dandy has deleted his TikTok. Like, when you go to TikTok.com, and you look up Dylan Dandy, like, watch, Dylan Dandy, the account, well, I don't know if he deleted it, but the account has no videos on it, or everything's privated. Look at that, private. So, yeah.
Martin, this is Dylan, the founder of Not Beer.
And hello, Dylan. Here's Martin, your personal water sommelier. First of all, Dylan, I want to congratulate you because I know how hard it is to start a water company. So I love that you're doing this, and I think not many people can pull this off. So I wish you actually all the best, because it is for me incredible to have this idea and to have really the thought to pull this through. So that is really, really, really cool. And I really like heads up from my side, because I really appreciate that from you.
Thank you for your review. Before I dive into it, I just want to congratulate you on being a professional water sommelier. 10 years ago...
Okay, can I point something out real quick right off the gates? Why is he reading off of a script? The way his eyes keep veering this direction or this direction when camera's reversed while he's reading. Dude.
No one would have thought we needed an expert to tell us how water tastes.
And yes, you're absolutely right. For 10 years ago, in this country... Hello, everybody.
Wait,
Here's Martin.
my mouse is insane, dude. Hang on, let me go back to this. Hang on.
Hey, Martin. This is Dylan.
But
I just want to congratulate you on being a professional water sommelier.
Unprofessional. I have... My mouse is haunted. Look at this. I have a Apple mouse. Actually, one of my computer nerd friends told me to get rid of this. I just bought it, too. But it's like touch sensitive. You can't touch anything on it without everything going haywire.
10 years ago, no one would have thought we needed an expert to tell us how water tastes.
And yes, you're absolutely right. For 10 years ago, in this country, many people didn't realize that they were buying tap water in plastic containers. And my job as a water sommelier is to bring awareness to water in general. That is actually my job. My job is not to find the best tasting water, because there is no best tasting water. It doesn't exist. That's just a marketing gimmick created by water companies.
But you've done it. So from one hustler to the next, congrats on this great...
Dude, this feels fake. You know when you want to kind of talk shit about someone, but you kind of, I don't know, you juice them up in the front of it. You're like, yeah, so you're a cool person. All the things you've said I agree with. You're fun to be around. We've had a good time together. But there was this time when you said this. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting off of this right now.
Accomplishment. People are driven by incentives. As a water sommelier, what's your...
I'm sorry to say this, but I have to get it out of the way. My brain is infiltrated with this thought. You know when you are in like middle school and high school early on, and you're in speech classes or English classes, and they're trying to train you how to give a speech to your class, and they're always like, now, when you get to the part where it's the most crucial part of it, you have to emphasize what you're saying, and make sure you change the tone of your voice to the da-da-da-da-da. Do you know what I'm talking about? It feels like this guy's reading this, because if he doesn't read it in this very certain way that he's reading it, he's going to get the F from the teacher. I don't mean to be that guy, but...
Incentive, Martin. You have to convince people that there's a reason we need an expert to tell us what water tastes like.
I don't need to convince anybody that there's an importance of water. I want to bring attention to water because millions of people don't have access to it. Actually, 2.2 million Americans don't have access to tap water. 1 out of 4 people only have access to clean and safe drinking water on this planet. That is actually my job as a water sommelier. I want to bring awareness to water.
Okay, I'm going to keep playing this too, but I'm mind blown that there's a part 2 to this. That's what's crazy. Like, this keeps going on. There's a part 2 to this, which it means it escalated more. It's going to keep going. I'll try to pause it less and play more.
Because we all know it, I think after 4 or 5 hours, we're screwed when we don't have it because we cannot flush our toilet anymore. That is the whole point behind my channel, that I want to bring awareness and I want to bring value back to water.
For a complex compound like wine, having a sommelier makes sense. It's composed of water, ethanol, sugar, acids, and much more. Each wine has a different chemical composition based on the types of grapes used, the soil, the climate, the fermentation. It's complex and can be difficult to know the subtleties. There's a need for an expert.
Water is the starting point of all beverages and all food, and I think we all know when we're talking to beer production people, they're all gonna say like, hey, what is your main ingredient in beer? Oh, it's water. And why is it important? Oh, it's extremely important for our brewing methods. The same with pizza dough or bagel.
pretty weird to bring awareness to the importance of water. I think everyone already knows its importance. Exactly. Exactly.
I think we all heard the myth of that the bagels are so great in New York. Actually, that's a scientific fact because gluten in the bagels will react to soft water better than to hard water. And New York tap is soft water. So there's way more to discover than we might be thinking.
Water is different. It is a
Also, it's crazy. We're living in a timeline where frickin' water, dude. Water is like drama at this point. How did we get... What timeline are we living in right now?
single chemical compound that is identical wherever it is produced. It is and always will be H2O.
You're right.
Guys, in case you didn't know, I have a really important thing to tell you. Water, it will always be H2O. That just thought you should know that.
From a chemical standpoint, water is H2O. But Mother Nature does not know the concept of just pure H2O. That doesn't exist on this planet except when it's mankind made, like distilled water. And I think we can all agree that's something for small appliances, for your iron, for example, or for your car battery. But greedy America always wants to make money. So
dude, someone is microwaving something behind Martin. I looked behind me, like I went like this. I thought there was someone using my microwave in my house, dog.
Companies came up with the idea of marketing of pure water to sell to Americans. But in Europe, where I'm from, nobody would drink that because we all know the benefits of minerals. What is actually in every water, and you know it better than I because you're a water producer. You can measure this by TDS, total dissolved solids. What water actually then has taste based on the different mineral levels? That is for me the fascinating part. And water, when water has taste, you can actually pair it like wine. Because now
he is kind of blabbering. I just want to see what his response is. Okay, here we go.
How cool is that?
When I was starting Not Beer, I wanted it to be spring water. I spoke with the former CEO of one of America's most successful spring water companies, which also happens to be one of your favorite brands, Martin. And I asked him, is spring water worth it? In one word, he said, no.
I love that you're bringing up other water companies because that is the scary part, that many water companies have no clue what they're actually selling. They're just selling a container, a packet of lime money. That's just easier for them.
I was a bit confused, and he followed that up with, what is water? I looked at him more confused. It's a chemical, he said. It's H2O. That chemical is the same everywhere, no matter if you source it from a mountain or if you source it from your tap. Spring water is just a story we tell consumers to sell them water.
No, it's just not a story. It's the source of water. You have tap water, you have iceberg water, you have glacier water, you have spring water, you have artesian spring water. You have.
I want to see what these comments are saying here. The way he has to keep looking at his script, why is he so pressed? Boy, this is the case. And what not to do as a company. Not beer, more like not interested. Right here, not beer, not interested. Not beer is over before it even started. I think it's super, Martin, thank you for the balance. I think it's super important to be respectful to each other.
Mineral water, and in Germany we actually have something it's called healing waters. These waters are falling under the medication law because they have state-approved benefits to your body. But it's nothing else than actually bottled water.
That person's food is ready in the back.
Sources, and there are so many minerals dissolved that they have some benefits. So, no, it's not a marketing story to sell it's a spring water. That's just a fact where the water is coming from. And that's for me interesting as a water sommelier to bring awareness to the fact that Americans know better where actually the water is sourced. It's that simple.
Yes, water can taste differently, and the health benefits can vary. But that's driven by the purification systems and the minerals, not the source.
No, it's not driven by the purification systems because in Europe, you know...
Martin is just schooling this guy. Martin is microwaving some fish and having some water. Oh my god, dude.
The waters at all.
Let's get to the
When
Colleen
it's
stuff
natural
soon.
mineral water, you're not allowed to enter trusting their own taste, but that's the whole point. But you don't tell us doing that kind of mineral water or in your water. People water what is, but you're good to go. But you don't have to buy it in a grocery store. Hello everybody, here's Martin, your personal water sommelier.
Here we go.
You might be already saw the video what I posted yesterday on my channel. It's about the founder of Not Beer Water, because he posted to me about how crazy and dehydrated I am as a water sommelier, and how ridiculous that is that I talk about water all the time. So I obviously responded to this video, what went viral right now. But there is a second part actually to this video.
Okay, so the second part. Let's get it. Let's watch this.
What was cut off by TikTok, because the video is longer than 10 minutes. And I think it's very important to showcase the second part here on my TikTok channel as well, because it brings me to the point of transparency. Obviously, in the last 24 hours, a lot of things happened. I'm hearing a lot of people's comment getting now deleted by Not Beer. And even comments like, hey, where's your water from? What is the TDS in the water? I mean, like normal, serious points, what everybody should have and should ask a water company. So it's kind of strange to me that a brand what is like focusing on this American value of Wheel of Freedom and we're against censorship now does actually the opposite and censorships every American who just asked a question. But here's now the second part of the video. It's about terrorism and water quality report. Yes, I know that sounds crazy, but that's
there ain't no way.
Actually the second part of my original video from yesterday. Enjoy. Other hand, I don't know why you're saying on your homepage that you don't support terrorism. Good for you and good for pretty much all other water companies on this planet. But other water companies
Wait, what?
Good for pretty much
what is this? Absolutely not. And we're the first water brand that we know of to stay the record.
Other water companies on this planet, but other water companies actually are transparent what water should be and showcasing their water quality report, that the consumer actually knows what's in the water. Maybe you should do that as well. I think that would be very nice, that the consumers actually would know what is in your water. Come on. I think this is just like the baseline of every water company.
Yep.
Cheers, my friend. Again, I wish you all the best. I know how hard it is.
Dude, he's so nice. He's so nice. He did kind of make some, backhanded comments on, but at least he's being pretty nice about it. Good water's transparent. I love how you're handling this. I can't find his response to the video. Yeah, because he deleted his frickin' TikTok today. Martin handled this super well.
I wish you all the best, all the luck in the world. Cheers, and remember...
Wait, did Martin respond to this? Okay, cool. Now, that is where we left off. The guy ended up deleting his account and just went, peace out. So, I guess we'll just see if that escalates anymore. But that's where that is at. Martin owned that guy. And here is the Not Beer site that, I don't know, felt weird, man, that you had to go to their site to hit shop now to then go on Amazon. What's it say here? Through reverse osmosis. Why is this? I just don't get why this is on Amazon. Holy shoot. Hopefully I don't dox myself again by going on Amazon. Let me make sure I'm not doing that. No, I'm not. Last time I almost doxed the heck out of myself. Okay. No more trips to Amazon on this account. But we're going to take a trip over to Colleen Ballinger land now. What a good segue. Everyone in the back, give me an applause for that segue. All right, so I saw this tweet today from the wonderful and lovely Paige Skinner. She said, a reminder that you don't have to start a podcast with your spouse if you hate each other. And I'll say something about this. Number one, I mean, she said that like as a joke. Obviously, it just kind of feeds into what this Colleen thing's about. But my own personal opinion on this real quickly is I feel that more often than not when someone starts a podcast with their significant other, it sounds great in practice, right? You guys are like, this will be the best thing ever. And it always like has a good ring to it. It sounds like fun for you guys. It's entertaining. It sounds great. But when it comes to push and shove, all of a sudden at some point, like, you both get into like content creator mode, and it just takes a turn for the worst. You always hear of other people's podcasts that's like a couple that they end up like hating each other because of the podcast, or one of them will say something they didn't mean to say, and then it's all freaking over with. Or maybe like, you know what I'm trying to say. I just feel that these things, and that's not to say that they don't turn out well, because there are certainly some. I definitely am a viewer of a couple of them where there's couples on it and they're fine. There was one that some guy just had a show that I went to. There's a bunch of them, and they do turn out fine. But a lot of the ones I've seen end up kind of taking a spill. So here's one that I feel is on the way to a spill, the Colleen Ballinger. Let's see what this 30-second clip says, and then we'll watch the whole thing because we need the context, right?
Yeah, I know. It doesn't. It's fine. It's whatever. Here's the deal, though. So there's two options here. I can either just listen.
And that's why if I start a podcast, it'll be alone. Yeah, I actually have a podcast that started off as alone. I started just inviting friends to it when I feel like it, and I'm having fun with it, but I'm missing doing podcasts on my own, because podcasts on your own are goated. So Blender, if you feel like starting a podcast alone, do it. That is my recommendation to you, because I think you would kill it on a podcast.
Listen to it in headphones.
I know we just met on the internet. I don't actually know you in real life, but based on the vibes you bring, I assume you're a cool person.
On my own time, which I can totally do, and I'm happy to do. Or you can try to find interest in something that means a lot to me and go like, why? What is it about it that you like? I don't understand.
Okay.
And then I could tell you.
What?
Huh?
I was about to ask that question.
Okay, real quickly, I could be wrong on this, but I almost want to go to their page just to dummy check it. I remember their podcast, Colleen Ballinger. I thought it was a couples counseling podcast. Was it not? Am I wrong? Am I wrong on this? Oh, did they change this? I swear it once said like couples counseling podcast. Okay, maybe that's not what it is anymore. Huh. Interesting. Okay, but we're going to get back to that. So, let's see.
Question, but like, I don't know that I care. I'm kidding.
Thank you. I'm in school for broadcasting, so I'm having a podcast on my start. I just haven't done it yet because you're busy, RIP. That's what's up. I actually thought about this the other day. I started off in broadcasting school unintentionally. I was a part of a weekly broadcast in elementary, and I didn't really realize I was a part of it till I went to middle school, and I was like, wait, I did this broadcast thing in elementary. And then middle school came around, I didn't do anything. High school came around, I was in a broadcast class. And then I went to it in college, so I've been a broadcast dude forever. I have my degree behind me, out of camera. But I wish you the best with it. And do try to learn the most you can, because once I hit college, I didn't learn very much, but I hope you go to a good school that does teach you things, because I went to Columbia, and it didn't teach me anything. Columbia, Chicago, that is, not Columbia, New York. I'm not that smart. But the comments on this say, I pulled up the episode to see what happens after this clip, and the day the album came out, she said, please don't make fun of this. This is important to me. And after listening to a couple songs, he said, this isn't music it went to bed. Okay. A wild accusation from people who've never produced any good music. I didn't need to see her face. I did not know this woman was doing a podcast. Colleen Ballinger hasn't left off on a good enough note to have a podcast, I feel. And I feel like that's a safe take to have. I wouldn't really say that about anyone else. But due to her, this woman is awesome, learning a lot of technical skills. Let's go. That is a true school. Keep at it. Keep schooling. Keep teaching your brain. That's what's up. Because, yeah, my school was like this. I could sum up every class in 15 seconds. It was like Hey, guys. All right, hey, go do your thing. Let us know how it went. Maybe someone will tell you how you did. All right, see you guys. Have a good day. That was most of my classes. And then on a good day, they'd be like, did you know you can, like, flip this switch? And when you turn that switch on, it actually kicks on the lights for the person that is at the table broadcasting. It's like, and then they literally, like, see the stream deck? One of the days they were like, oh, yeah, there's, like, this table. You can, like, hit this button or you can twist this knob and it changes what's on the screen with a smooth transition. That was my broadcasting class summed up. So here I am at last doing a YouTube stream. now I'm a professional videographer in Chicago. Because it didn't teach me anything. So it makes me really happy to hear that you're someone who's actually learning technical skills like a normal person should be learning from their broadcasting. I have a whole podcast that blew up, actually. It has like 5,000 views on it, which is compared to the 125 or 300 that I get on it. It has 5,000 views because I was shitting on the school. Like, if you literally just search Columbia College Chicago, scroll down like at least 10 podcasts, somewhere in that lineup, you'll see my podcast. You'll see my little face, my friend's face on the other side with the school in the center. The podcast blew up in my face, which is really funny. Let's see. Wait here. I'll see if I can quickly pull it up on stream. I'm not gonna watch it, but let's see. Columbia College Chicago. Watch, it should come up. It should populate pretty quickly. Unless people are juicing it up with their good videos. Yo! No way. They are juicing it up with good videos. I think they're trying to hide it. That's crazy. Let's see. Let me see. Maybe mine will come. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. Right here. The truth about Columbia College Chicago. This was like 3 years ago when I started my podcast. It even had a different name. It was called Saul Good back then. Because I used to say that a lot. I used to be like, yeah, it's all good. Now I don't say that anymore. Right. I also didn't really know how to podcast back then. Maybe I still don't, but this is my whole podcast channel. One of the craziest episodes I did was about my hair surgery that I got done. But yeah, it's just like creative arts friends, people that are in like video, photo, things like that. Music video chat, Grammys chat. It's, I don't know, skateboarding chat, it's a skateboarding YouTuber chat, Instagram model chat. It's just like, gonna watch it after stream now. Oh, sweet, thank you. Yeah, it's here. If you want, I can even here. I'll make it a little bit easier for you. I'll go like this. Let's see, Columbia College Chicago. Here it is. All right, welcome back. This is episode. Maybe I did know what I was doing with podcasts with this one. My audio sounds weirdly good for the crap mic I had at the time. There it is. You can watch it after stream. Yeah. But we'll go back. We'll go back to Colleen Ballinger mode for a quick moment. Oh my God, James Somerton is trending. No way. James Somerton's popping off today. Maybe I caught that drama early yesterday. That's funny. But anyway, so there was this. Now, I have to, I always want to like give, not credit, but I always want to watch something like real time whenever I see like a clip of it. Because, you know, it's only fair that you watch the actual thing. And people are already cutting videos up about it. But Colleen and Eric podcast. Okay. Switch account. Oh, geez. What the heck? Am I on the wrong account? I thought I had it queued up. Not doing my job right. I'm getting caught. Not doing my job right. All right. Colleen and... Sorry, guys. I'll pull up this... Colleen, I had it queued up, and then I think I accidentally exited out of it. Colleen Ballinger podcast. Here we go. Okay. So, this is the podcast that is... Oops. not this one. It is. Wait a minute. Did it get deleted? Oh no, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. So they're fighting about Taylor Swift.
Well, how come no other birds do this?
Because they're like,
Oh, poor baby. Like, you want to help it?
because they're like, they're not as.
The bird. Damien,
You knew that.
however, is actually just navigation. So, yeah, they.
Well,
Okay, there's
Isn't
a point.
this
I know where it's
crazy?
at because he
It's
starts
so
pulling out a
sad.
helmet.
Isn't that sad?
yeah. Home Alone.
That we can all connect over.
That's obviously big in pop culture, like very aware. So then hearing this new album, it just seemed like just in
Yeah.
speakerphone.
Found an incredible community of awesome people that we can all connect over this and obsess over.
I thought I had this pulled up already. I thought I had this all marked. Let me see. Let me check something real quick. Okay, maybe I didn't, and I thought I did. But
Is this not Bix? Did you know this?
Carrier pigeon.
In 7,
Sorry.
chief among them is pigeons were domesticated.
Like, I feel like that's a common urge that
let me
is
fi-
squeeze
let me
a
find the
pigeon?
that
moment.
if you could grab.
Sorry about that. Give me a quick second to find the right moment. There's a moment. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay.
I haven't seen a pigeon in a while.
This is
Yeah,
it.
there's not many here.
I'm nervous to do mine. I'm hesitant to do it. I
scared.
don't want to like start anything,
Oh, it's gonna be a fight.
I don't know if it's gonna be a fight or if there's gonna be violence. So I have here my child's Detroit Lions.
Okay, real quickly, I'm gonna say something. This is gonna be my hot take. Hot take that's gonna be not a well received take, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Because I can respect it. But I'm personally not a Swiftie listener. I will not go out of my way to listen to Taylor Swift. I have had a couple songs where friends have sent her songs to me, and I'm like, okay, I will listen to it just so I can at least get a flavor of her music and see what's up with maybe you can change my mind on that, blah, blah, blah. And I don't really go around being like, I hate Taylor Swift, because I don't, but I don't go around expressing my dislike for her music. But that doesn't mean that other people aren't allowed to enjoy her music. I think that what she's doing brings a lot of joy to a lot of people. I see how it brings a lot of different communities together. I see how there's people around the world becoming friends now over the internet because of what she's doing. I see that it's inspiring a lot of women out there to dress, in a certain way that matches with her era's tour and different ways of fashion that have been inspired because of her. And I think that stuff's really cool. I really support that. I think that's awesome that she's able to have such a cool influence on people. But the way that they're handling this, I'm just kind of meh on Taylor, but yeah, and I think that's where I'm at too. I did try. I had a friend who was like a deep Taylor Swift fan send me like 3 or 4 songs. I made a little Spotify playlist and tried to listen to them like on 3 or 4 different car rides. I just couldn't do it. And I didn't even, the new album too, I wasn't fond of. I was hoping for more and it turned out to be acoustic, and I was kind of just like, eh. But again, that's not for me to say it's bad. I'm not in a position to do that, right? Because I didn't make the music, and I'm also, although I work with musicians all the time, that is mostly my job, to work with musicians. And I'm around a lot of producers, and I just spoke about a producer I was around who did Pixies and Nirvana that died 2 nights ago in the last stream at the very end of it, Steve Albini. And so, there's producers and other people that I'm around that know their music stuff. One of my friends cried a hell of sobbing listening to a Red album. Yeah. See, that's what I mean. Like, people are that into it that it like brings like real emotions into their life. And if that's what it does for you and it makes you feel some type of way, great. I love that. Love that for you, right? Like, the way I think about it too is, for me, my one go-to, if I'm like not feeling well, I just need something. I have this like urge to do something and get crap out of my mind. My thing is skateboarding. I go skate. I love skateboarding. But for other people, their thing might be listening to Taylor Swift, and I get that, right? Now, hers music's not for everybody, obviously, and I'm not one of those people, and that's okay. But I think that is what... I think that's like a pretty good like rhythm to be at with this. And I don't, for some reason, think that like this podcast is just like unhinged. So let's see what the take is here.
Helmet.
That's not going to fit on your head.
Relatable.
We
I have a
both
big
know
head.
that that's not going to fit on your head.
My head is in like the 1000th percentile. Because I was gonna say, and I have no conviction. I mean, I have no.
A sweaty armpit.
I don't feel too
nice.
strongly about this one way or the other. This isn't
I feel like I already know what you're going to say.
This isn't like my cause. You know what I mean? I don't really care
I already know what you're going to say.
that much,
for
but I
sure.
just like, I kind of initiated this.
Oh. I should say something real quickly. I didn't say this. So Eric and Colleen, to my understanding and to what I remembered when I was back making those Colleen Ballinger videos, looking up a bunch of Colleen Ballinger stuff, I saw some older videos they were both in, and the vibes were chill back then. When I saw old videos, they were like friendly, calm, you know, fun, etc. Not that I'm like a Colleen Ballinger watcher, because she's, after all, child groomer, but I just had to get that out of the way because that sets the tone for what this is.
Trying to have a mature conversation with you about,
because I don't think this is that tone. It feels weird. This vibe feels weird.
This last week,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I think it was okay. But I wanted to try like talk about it more here. But like what I'm gonna say needs to relax is Taylor Swift lyrics.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
Huh?
Do you...
Colleen Ballinger, to my understanding, I think I saw a tweet of hers somewhere down the X timeline, or maybe on somewhere I saw. I think she's leaving to go to one of the Taylor Swift tours coming up.
And what's funny is you say that you tried to have a mature conversation about it last week, and I feel like it did because I said, okay, you don't have to like her.
Yeah.
The issue is that I don't care. Like,
It's not my place to say.
Well, it's actually,
But art is subjective, right?
Of course.
You're right.
Just because I think her music and her lyrics is brilliant and incredible and has like saved my life in so many ways and changed my life in so many ways, and I've found an incredible community of awesome people that we can all connect over this and obsess over it together. Like, that doesn't mean that I think everyone should, and I don't try to convert anyone to do that. And I also know that
See, this feels like back what I was saying already. This feels like kind of that same thing as like the water sommelier thing, where it's like you have to get that out of the way so that you can say a shitty thing. Let's see.
that does not mean that everyone's going to like it. And so there's a lot of people who don't like it. What I find interesting is that when people don't like it, that's who needs to relax. Like they go banana. There's no Swifties who are like, everyone has to think Taylor Swift is the best person in the world. We're all just like, okay, you don't have to like it. Why are you listening to it? And why are you talking about it so
I'm not
much?
listening to it. I'm hearing it because of
hot take. This might be a take that might get me in trouble, but I actually have ran into Swifties in real life and on the internet who have told me that she is the best person in the world and there's no way that I couldn't like her. I have ran into these fans, Colleen. Don't know if you're aware that they're out there, but they are. Just like any other person with a deep fandom.
Because they live in a house with you.
Right.
And you walk around playing it.
Mhm.
Like you walk around with it playing on your phone, not in headphones, just in speakerphone. This is kind of like what you've been
I can
doing.
put it in headphones if that bothers you so much.
No, it doesn't bother me. It's just this is how I've absorbed it. And I just think, and I'm not saying previous albums. I'm talking about this specific release of 30 songs.
31. I'm just saying it's 31.
31. I don't know. I don't know. I
think it's 31.
I was exaggerating, but good to know. It's exactly 31 songs that are like that. It's all in my subjective opinion. And I've been with you on this Taylor Swift journey over the past year and a half, where you've really got into. I mean, I've been around you.
You've been near me.
I've been married. I've been near you, relatively. And I've been into a lot of it. You know. And and I watched the movie of the concert with you when we did that, and you know what I mean, and it's obviously big in pop culture, like very aware. So then hearing this new album, it just seemed like I think maybe I should drop it.
Drop what?
This conversation. I don't know.
Oh boy, here it goes.
But it seemed like, you know.
Here it goes. We're going downhill.
I was like, is this a prank?
Yeah, you don't have to like it. No one's telling you have to like it. My issue with it, so the night that the album came out, I was very excited. I love Taylor Swift, and I do think she's like a poet. Like I love her lyrics. I think she's very talented.
Right.
And so I was very excited to listen to it, and I was getting ready to listen to it, and you said, "Can I listen to it with you?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Yes, but you need to know this is like very important to me. You can't like poke fun or like this is like an important thing where it's like I need to just be excited and this is a happy fun thing. This is not a like this sucks kind of a thing."
Did I do that? I don't think I did that.
No, but no. So you listened to a few songs and then you were like, it's not good. This isn't music, is what you said.
I did the
Oh my God, I'm laughing at the fact that he defended that, even if he did say it and she's accusing him of it. It's so funny. This is a hilarious dynamic.
I think I said they weren't songs and I went to bed.
Yeah, you said these aren't songs. You said these aren't songs. This isn't music.
Sorry.
And no, it's okay. And that's what I'm fine with someone going like, I don't like this. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
My issue is when people state like,
oh, I don't think it's for me.
Yeah, that's fine. I think that's totally fair. I don't like when people go, this isn't good, or this is not music, or she sucks. I'm like, well, you can say I don't like this, but to say it as a blanket statement,
I think
that's what I was like.
No, I think I have like a more specific take where it's just like it's
my eyeball itches.
It's leaning into like something that I think is more. I just got the sense of like repetitiveness, redundancy in like this, in like and even in like the production. So I don't think it's her. I think she is extremely talented. I just like, it'd be interesting to hear.
Don't they already not hang out a lot together? For some reason, I remember myself saying something in one of the last Colleen videos I made where Colleen was talking about them saying that he's super busy and that he almost didn't want to do this podcast because he hardly has any time.
Her work with like different, like maybe a different producer, you know, something.
She has worked with a lot of different producers.
Sure.
I mean, what's interesting is I've heard a few people say stuff like that, and like every album has been wildly different. Aside from Folklore and Evermore are pretty similar, but other than that, like all her albums are so wildly different styles.
Yeah.
So that's so funny to me when people say that, because I'm like,
yeah,
she's done so many albums and they're all so different, except for Folklore, Evermore, and this one's I'd say kind of in the same wheelhouse as that, but there's not really like.
I don't think it's not for me. It's not to my taste. So I don't think it's I think this is bad. I think this is like, I don't think especially like a guy should be on a podcast saying like why Taylor Swift's new album isn't good. I don't think that's good podcast
You're allowed
content.
to feel that way.
I don't think it's interesting.
It doesn't offend me.
What am I going to do? Convince you that like.
No, but that's what's so interesting
because it's not for me, and you love it, and so why take that away from me?
Right.
Yeah. So like, I'm sorry.
There's nothing.
Can I do my real relax now?
No, but you don't have to be sorry about it. Here's the thing: is that like that's what's so funny to me is that I feel like there's so many people out there trying to convince Swifties that it's not good, and I haven't seen any Swifties get mad. I've just seen Swifties be like, okay, then. You don't have to listen to it. Like that's no one cares. Like we don't care if you listen to it or not. Like it's special to us individually and means something to us individually and has touched us or moved us in some certain way. So like it's just so weird because like I don't listen to other artists and when I don't like them, go like try to get online and tell other people who like them that they shouldn't because they suck. Like I just go, oh, this isn't for me, and I don't listen to it.
No, it's my reaction to her new album, and you say you don't have to listen to it, but I kind of do because I spent a lot of time in cars with you. And in this house with you.
Well, I don't have to play it around you.
Oh my God, dude. Okay, I'm going to say something here. This has always been... I don't know how to put it to you. I've noticed this thing throughout my life, and it sounds like where this is going. But there's something to be said about people that listen to the same music that get along very well. Like anybody in my life that I know that has like almost an identical music taste to me, dude, they're all my close friends. They're people that if like the worst thing ever happened to me, I'd feel so comfortable texting this person that very thing. I don't know if it's just a coincidence that we listen to the same music. Could just be a one-off thing with my life. But there's something about I've noticed in my life about listening, people that listen to the same music as me, it feels like we're in the same like playing field as far as like how our minds work. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad take, not the case for other people, but that's just what it's been for me. And I couldn't imagine like marrying somebody and then being in the car and like one person loves country and the other person's like, ugh, country. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a country listener. I listen to indie. I was just using that as an example. But I feel like that's where this is headed.
If you don't like it.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you want to listen to music in the car. You want to listen to music when you're walking around doing laundry. You want to listen to music when because it comes out of your mouth because you sing a lot. You know what I mean?
I do sing a lot.
You want to listen to me. You play piano, so you've been playing the songs on piano. It's you know.
Well, I could make a suggestion. So here's the deal. There's two options. So one, you can
just have an opinion because I'm around it a lot.
Yeah, and that's fine. I think that's fair to have an opinion. I think I have lots of opinions on different like movies and TV shows you watch and things you enjoy and like that aren't my thing. And you haven't been like. You certainly have been like a dick about it or anything. I'm more referencing the people online.
I was just trying to have this conversation and not. I was like, I wonder if I can have this conversation and not come off.
I only have one friend with the same music taste as me, and I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, do you get along like a little bit more with that person than other people that don't? Sure drive string wonderful. Wonderful, and after years. If all my friends hating my music taste, I'm so happy to have one that agrees. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, as long as there's like one person that agrees throughout that, then you're chilling. It's just, and I've noticed this thing throughout my life too, where it's like as I get older, my music tastes shift a little bit, and so I've been like. I'll be like, oh, I like this local artist that I went to their show in the city, and now I listen to them. And then the other person's like, oh, I wouldn't know. I only go to concerts. And I'm like, what? I'm like, that's what I went to hear their music. And they're like, oh, no, like I would only go to like a giant concert, like Taylor Swift or something. Or I would only go to see Bruno Mars. And then I'm just like, we're in two different worlds here, brother. Like, you're going to a thing that has more than 7,000 people at it. I'm going to a thing that has maybe 35 people at most in the room. And that's another way that I noticed that the vibes are different between me and someone else. I'm just like, I see the interests of people that are there, and every now and then I find a big concert goer that I'm a friend that I'm like that I kind of get along with. But once that is established between me and someone else, I find that it just doesn't click. I don't know what it is. That's just a deal breaker for me too. If I'm dating anybody, whoever I'm seeing, whatever it might be, the music tastes have to align. Because if not, it's icy dicey. Let's see. We ride or die our music tastes against the rest of the group. Yeah, that's the thing. You kind of have to do that, really. You rest or die. I played drums in small indie bands. No way. You played in people's houses. Those were the most fun. Oh, yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, that's the thing. Those shows, concerts. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like, I bet you Slipper House. I'm willing to give this hot take. Like, you and I probably would have had a small back and forth somewhere in the video we did together. If I had mentioned, like, oh, I'm only a concert goer, you probably been like, ugh, dude.
Off like a dick about it.
You can't. You know what? No shame in not being able to spell. Because I hang out in Twitch streams a lot. And a lot of people in Twitch streams don't know how to spell, and I've got used to like reading their misspellings in the chat at a point where I'm starting to understand misspellings. So my brain knows how to like register a misspelling.
Well, there's a lot of people online who are kind of being dickheads about it, who are just like, she sucks and
Well,
this
sure,
sucks.
because
And I'm
it's
like, come
online
on.
and that's how they get attention. Yeah.
And your initial reaction was like listening to 3 songs and then going, this isn't music, this isn't songs, I'm going to bed. It's just all the same. And which is fine and fair in your opinion, but you know, whatever. And now saying like, well, you know, I kind of do.
I shouldn't have said that in that moment. It was
I know.
That was like your time.
It's fine. It's whatever. Here's the deal though. So there's 2 options here.
I don't know what's so funny to me about this. There's been like 2 or 3 occasions now throughout this podcast where Colleen has been like, oh no. It's cool. It's whatever. I don't care. It's fine. And then she'll give it a rebuttal. She'll go, but, and then follow it up with something. This is like the 3rd time she's done this.
I can either just listen to it in headphones on my own time, which I can totally do, and I'm happy to do, or...
Also, too, why is she... It doesn't sound like it's fine. I know, it sounds like it's not good. Like this... at first, I was kind of listening to this being like, oh, this isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And then it got worse. And then it got worse. And now it's like going more downhill. This just feels worse. It's funny because she's a bozo. This is the first time I've done Colleen content since the other 2 videos of mine on her of her on my channel. Jesus, can't talk. You can't spell, I can't talk. I think we're in the same playing field here.
You can try to find interest in something that means a lot to me and go like, why? What is it about it that you like? I don't understand.
Okay.
And then I could tell you.
What?
Also, too, I'm going to say this right now. There's things that you can and can't compromise on. The way she prefaced the whole thing about her on her having to listen to it only with headphones on. I cannot physically imagine this person, like, not that he agreed to it, but I cannot imagine in that position being like, all right, fine, I'll just only have headphones on and listen to it, and having to like compromise yourself that much. That just, I don't know how to I don't have the right words for it. It just doesn't feel right. It just feels like it would wear on someone over time is what I'm trying to get across.
I was about to ask that question, but like, I don't know that I care. I'm kidding. What? I mean, what? Like,
no, I'm just saying. The only reason I'm saying this
I obviously care.
is because no, I know you care, and you've been very supportive. And when we watched the movie, you looked up the different eras and like tried to dress up like an era.
Yeah.
Like you've been very supportive. My birthday party was by my friends. They like themed like it Taylor Swift, and you were totally on board and game.
I got all this Taylor Swift. I got Taylor Swift art stuff and
you've
stickers.
Got me Taylor Swift gifts and like, you know, that you've totally been supportive of my
the
Taylor
record,
Swift.
the vinyl record and socks.
Right. But it does feel like it's a little trendy to not like this
to
album
poo-poo on the new album.
And then just like, be like, well, it's not for me. And I think that's fine.
And I think here she is again. And I think that's fine. Clearly you don't think that's fine, and that's why you're bartering him over this whole situation here. So no, it's not fine, Colleen. What are you talking about?
Fine to say it's not for me.
Where's the butt? Hit me with the butt. Come on, I'm waiting for it.
But then, you know.
But here we go.
If you want to learn.
She's talking in circles. At some point, I might have to stop listening to this. I'm not going to listen to all. It's 50 minutes. I'm not going to listen to this whole thing. I'm just going to go through it a little bit more.
And more you can. And if not, then just don't listen to it. But like for me, like I hate sports, and I've always hated sports. But, you know, the Lions was something that was very important to you. And I was like poo-pooing on it for years.
Yeah. Well,
and because of Taylor Swift, genuinely, I like, you know, I've just found this love for this music. And I was like, I wanted you to be interested in that. And, you know, and you were, you know, being very sweet and understanding of Taylor Swift and my rock obsession.
Another thing I should get out of the way here is like, even this applies to just someone who's a close friend of yours, or even just not even a close friend, just a friend that you hang out with. I do think it's possible to not like something, and then because your friend likes it, you end up going to this thing or playing this game or seeing this thing or whatever it might be because of being around your friend that is into this thing. Over time, you can begin to like something that you might have once not liked. I do think that barrier with music is a little bit harder. It can be done with music, but when you've listened to something over and over and over and over again, it's really hard, especially like as you're growing up, to then be like, and then like you try to get in, you still don't like it, even as you're getting older. It feels hard to do this with music, but I do think it is possible with certain music. Taylor Swift is something I'm even trying to like, Like I said, I just made a freaking playlist. I'm trying to listen to more of her songs to hopefully one day like it too, so that I can be around people that, are talking about it and be like, okay, yeah, I did like this song where she blah, blah. Like, I want to be a part of the conversation, not because it's a trend. I'm trying. I'm literally trying.
Whatever. And I was like, I want to do that for him with the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did, and then I loved it. And I loved it. Going to those football games was so freaking fun. And I wanted to understand why you liked it and what was the reason behind it. And that was really great. Like, I love doing that. And the same with you with my rocks is then you start going to the beach with me. You were like, why does she like this? Why is she so interested in this? This is kind of weird to me. I don't really quite get it. And then you found a love for sea glass. So I'm saying, so like there could be something to you, like, or just people in general being like, what is it about this that someone likes?
Not Colleen Ballinger reconfirming my biases.
It's still not my thing, but now I understand, or something like that. I don't know.
The Lions, the Detroit Lions just unveiled new uniforms last week. What if you're like, I don't like these new uniforms? And I was like, well, I like them, and it's my team. So
I don't think you would do that. I think you would just go like, okay.
The draft is happening right now. They drafted a player, and you're like, I don't think they should have drafted that. 2 cornerbacks, their first 2 picks.
You would be like, you don't know anything about this. You don't understand anything about it.
It'd be the same conversation.
Right. And that's kind of what has happened here is you said that and I go, okay, it doesn't offend me because I know you don't understand the lyrics and you don't understand the meaning behind it.
But you did get offended. You kept saying, oh, it's fine, but it seemed like you got really offended by this, Colleen. What are you talking about?
And why it's brilliant.
Well, love you.
And that's fine.
And I hope you're enjoying the new 31
I love it.
double secret album, 31 songs.
There are songs that I don't like on it. There are songs that I don't like, and that's my opinion. And there are other people's favorites. And it's not my favorite of all her albums. It's up there. I think it's probably my second or third favorite, but like it's not my favorite.
Oh, it's up there.
It's like up there. It is. I love it.
Okay.
I do want to see what the comments on this are like. I want to check out the vibes. Let's see. Sort by new. You can tell he's tiptoeing around what he wants to say about Taylor Swift. It does feel like he's being a little bit of the nice guy here. What else are they saying? Let me see. And we go to the sort by top comments. Erica's stressed about the Taylor Swift conversation. Also, too, it is possible to not like Taylor Swift and still be friends with someone. Like, I have a friend like that who, she knows I don't like Taylor Swift, but we're still homies, you know what I mean? It's not that hard to do. But in this case, they're married, and they're having this conversation. I don't know. I guess... Oh, my God, dude. This is just weird, man. This is just a weird playing ground. Look at this. 3.1K dislikes. What the hell was something else said? What is happening here? I'm going to watch a couple more minutes of this, then we'll move on.
Could I do my real relax?
That wasn't your real one? Wait, who needed to relax? Oh, Taylor Swift fans?
No, this new album, like the lyrics and
brilliant.
And cadence.
So I saw this TikTok. What is it? There's a rock in here. Okay, anyway.
Shocking.
I saw this TikTok of this guy responding to someone saying that like they didn't like her album, but like it sucks and it's not good and she needs a new writer and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, the people who love Taylor Swift, it's the same as people who, it's an obsession and it's like people loving like anime or, it's like someone who's a fanatic about something. What were the other examples he gave? He said,
I follow. I understand what you're saying.
like super fans who truly understand her and the way that she speaks, and it's like a language, and there's like a community, and there's a puzzle, and there's
like
Easter eggs.
Na'vi.
It's like
It's like what the avatars speak. How some
yeah,
people love
it's
Avatar
like
and they
that.
speak that.
It's like
figured out how to
this-
speak that language.
It's like nerdy, and I mean that with love, because I love it. You know,
Yeah.
like it's like nerdy to love her, and like
Disney adults.
and geeking out over it totally. And
I feel like there's a lot of crossover.
and he was
there.
saying that like her and people who love her know that she has this like patter to the way she sings and the way that she writes and her lyricism, and it's similar to like Shakespeare, where it's like
iambic pentameter. Yeah.
yes, exactly. And then when it
Bob
goes out
Dylan
of
kind
that,
of had the same thing, right? I mean,
sure. But whenever like Shakespeare would write like out of that patter, you'd know it was intentional, and it was because you don't think so.
I mean, are we comparing the two? Are we saying that
No,
the two?
I mean, I might, but I certainly wouldn't.
That's fine.
But
Dude, I'm okay. I'm done with this. I'm done with this stupid podcast, man. This is I'm gonna leave with the take that we already had on here, which the take earlier was back at this. Reminder that you don't start a podcast with your spouse if you hate each other. That's what I'm gonna leave this off with. I just want to see a couple of other comments here. Reminder, you don't have to start a podcast, period, yet. Not everyone needs a podcast, okay? Can we just have, like, she's like the female Shane Dawson. Oh, my God. Why am I listening to their therapy sessions? Dude, it does feel like a therapy session. Like they're trying to, like, get each other's drama out. Dude, I swear, it's gonna... And it kind of does feel like the podcast might... I don't want to speak for someone. I don't like doing this, but I'm going to say it now because if I'm right later, then I can come back to this clip. But what if their podcast is the thing that leads them into their downfall? What if? Not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying what if. But I'm going to come back to this clip if it does. Just saying. Spicy way to end stream. But that is it. That is it, folks. We're getting near the hour and a half mark. We had Slipper House extra in here. We had Blender in here. And we usually have some other people in here. We usually have Maria and Spilt Bong Water hanging out in here. So hopefully I'll see you guys next stream. And I appreciate you guys hanging out. Today is Thursday, May 9th. If you are listening to this, I will be back. Let's see. I will not be on tomorrow night because I work till very late. I work till very late on Saturday, but I might do a late night stream Saturday, maybe like a 10 o'clock Central or 11 if I'm not too tired from work. And then Sunday, I'll try to stream Sunday night. It'll be Mother's Day evening, but I will try to stream because I don't work early the next day. So Sunday and then Wednesday of that following week I'll stream. So that is when I'll stream next. It's always 9 o'clock Central. You have the days now. And maybe I'll make community posts and update before I stream to let you guys know. And maybe I'll do a little streaming schedule. So Blender, I know it's your first stream. I appreciate you hanging out. It means a lot. And I hope to see you in more streams. And we'll continue to keep the streaming board, the streaming thing alive. What I might do, I'm either going to do one of two things right now. I have another channel. It's Wilmax95. You're going to learn that about me. I'll show you this. Oh, you can watch my podcast now, by the way. That's right. I forgot you were going to go watch that, but I'll tell you this anyway. This is my other channel, my skate channel where I'm monetized. Thank you. That's my skate channel over there. I might go live stream on that channel in a little bit. If I don't live stream, I'm going to then go off a stream and just make a video that I'm going to post tomorrow. I was going to post it today, but there's a topic I want to discuss over on that channel. So I'm debating right now if I should stream or do a video of it. I'll think about that. So that is it. And I appreciate you. And yeah, check out the podcast if you want. I will link. It's linked above if you want to watch me shit on my college. All right. Thanks again. Peace.